What is spatial awareness? Well, citing sources that you can look up with just a finger's touch, it refers to being aware of your surroundings and your position relative to them. Also, according to these sources, it's important for a number of reasons, including knowing about location, distance, and personal space. Children typically develop spatial awareness at a very young age. The gourmet dish that I'm cooking for today is based on Isagi's high perceptive control or absolute reign over the field in bluelock. It's amazing if it actually existed. Let's break down precisely and thoroughly why spatial awareness in football, if it's ever applicable in such activity, is realistically unrealistic. I like to ask a rule-breaking question. If at a young age you've cultivated an extreme level of spatial awareness as though it gave you super senses similar to that of a bird's eye view, would that actually be realistic? Would that fortunate predicament actually be a product of your doing? Would such circumstances align to the point you actively chose to be that way rather than accepting to be that way? That is Isagi Yoichi. Many don't know this, but there's actually a spin-off novel based on Isagi's early life. This deals more in depth with his ego being sealed away and how Japanese football ruined his perception of football itself. But what I want to impose here is his backstory. It is as accurate as to what I describe, a young prodigy born with immense talent. He hated loud noises and used to cry at the sound of everything when he was a baby. Flash forward to 3 years of age, he cried as he pointed to an empty space. His dad heard a faint sound and noticed a mosquito that Isagi had seen from a distance. If that wasn't proof enough, he was sensitive to the changes in the sky or weather and cried right before downpour. He was able to sense the literal goddamn rain. How cool is that? Furthering from that point, I like to say that 99% of monologues in Blue Lock never actually happen. In the world of football, nobody is given the time or space to have a moment's solace to think or calculate the best route to scoring a goal or shooting a perfect trajectory pass. It just isn't possible in such a contrived time frame. So most rely on experience that has driven their instincts to memorize blind spots, dribble techniques, and muscle memory on timing and force they need to exert. As a youngster, I actually had many problems shooting a ball with my feet. Oftentimes, more than not, I would find myself having a bad angle to shoot from, position that isn't ideal, and my foot not kicking with pinpoint accuracy. Humans are strictly programmed to adapt to any and all situations through trial and error in muscle memory. So I adapted to act on instinct and input the things that work. When you've seemingly found a solution that you've overdone again and again, it'll be to the point you don't even have to think about it. Some time ago, actually, I read in a book called Ikigai, Japanese Secret to a Long and Fulfilling Life, that once we keep on doing the things we do on a daily basis, we wouldn't even need to think about it. And that's true. When we turn our brains off and constantly rely on the same information that we were fed with, it all becomes automated. Revitalizing our brains with new information to process keeps it running and ensures a more healthy and better lifestyle involving critical thinking. But that isn't what I actually wanted to discuss. Moving on, I like to dedicate this whole other section to my friend Gyoza.
Hey guys! That was loud as shit. Hi, hello Zuki's viewers, I'm Gyoza. Yuzuki wants me to do a bit on here, so let's get to it. Now, what we want to discuss, however, is this. Because of the reasons presented by the one who spits facts more than he should, Abang Zuki sorry, I, Gyoza, would like to conclude that developing spatial awareness and putting it into the field isn't even realistic. Football's spatial awareness works very differently from spatial awareness in our average day-to-day lives. It is something that you can only improve on with experience on the field and only involves football IQ and not real IQ. That too also requires experience and talent within the sport. If it's the vision, then there's Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi the GOAT, always tilting their heads back and forth to scan the pitch and calculate the best route to scoring a goal. What people don't know is that it happens so fast you can't really react through processing, but through your instincts rather, or even reflex. Okay, so apparently Zuki wants me to go off about the biology of reflexes, so buckle up your seatbelts and put on your thinking caps, kiddos, because we're gonna go on an absolute journey through the human body. Reflexes occur through the spinal cord, and in most cases, what the fuck is that? The medulla oblongata? Reflexes occur through the spinal cord, and in most cases, the medulla oblongata, which controls breathing instinctively, blood pressure, blood circulation, and other automated processes. There's also the adrenal medulla, which has a hormone from the gland that's derived from the name adrenaline. So, what do we know about adrenaline? Well, it's basically a hidden cheat code inside our bodies that upon secretion gives us a powerful boost en masse to muscle strength and speed. Both receptors of norepinephrine and epinephrine are called adrenergic receptors. Fuck, this is torture. Epinephrine is released into blood from the adrenal medulla in response to arousing experiences. Oh god. Arousing experiences or adrenals. It's a potent enhancer of learning and memory processing. It's all subconscious and muscle memory, happens in real time, and in one fell sweep. It's a no-brainer to say adrenaline basically makes learning way easier because we're forced into an arousing or otherwise pressing situation that elevates us to the point of memorizing some sort of pattern. It isn't just in sports, people use it in other situations too. I don't think I have to explain how people improve at OSU.
Well, for Isagi Yoichi, having a wide field of vision, high spatial awareness, and skin sensitivity, which are all outlandish and unordinary, is actually just special to him. The word unordinary already encapsulates the situation, an unrealistic yet majestic birth of a talented striker. He was special right from the very start. Of course, that isn't without putting in all the effort needed to make it work. If one were to conceive such a talent and never improve upon it, it would only amount to what most would deem a wasted potential. This highlights the society's perspective on what is considered talent. The fine line treading between talent and hard work becomes lesser and lesser, diminishing and soon disappearing from sight. Are you sure that whatever work you've put out isn't just talent? What is the point where the thing you're doing actually becomes hard work? Or if any of that hard work is even there in the first place?
Judgment, take me away to judgment.